So I am bipolar. I have bipolar 1 and I want children. And when I posted this in a public forum on Facebook, the reaction to it was very intense and shocked me quite a bit. Typical responses: you will traumatize your child. This is a recipe for disaster. How can you dare to pass this on to your children? And the biggest one was actually, if you cannot even work full time, how do you think you're going to take care of a child? And when I read comment after comment of that, indeed, I felt quite insecure about even going public with this idea that I have the diagnosis bipolar 1, but I still want to have children. Even though there's so many people in this world, whether it's a single parent, whether you are in debt, whether you're above 40, whether you have some other disability or genetic disorder, who choose to have children and are great parents. And then there's a ton of people who do not have a disorder like me, but who still end up being horrible parent, or toxic and problematic or absent. And so maybe you are right now at this point, maybe you happen to be pregnant and you have to quickly decide what to do about this pregnancy, or you might be like me, really fundamentally asking yourself the question, how do I want my life to look like? How can I live with bipolar and still have the life that I would like to have? Nobody is the perfect parent. When it comes to parenting, it's important to ask yourself, will I do a good enough job? Will I be a good enough mother in my case? And what do I need to make that happen? I know I'll be giving my best and believe maybe that it will be good enough for my child. Because in the end, there is also tons and tons of positive things I can give my child. And within the constraints given to me, I will try my best. And in the end, this is how we all live our lives. Given the constraints I have, how can I do my best? How can I be, an addition to our society? How can I be a positive influence on other people's lives? And bipolar is just one of many constraints that you could have when going into being a parent. Looking back at those really harsh comments that I got when I posted in a forum, I can see that this topic of bipolarity and pregnancy is really a topic that very few dare to talk about online. And I would love to give you guys a chance to follow my own journey and maybe the things I can give you in terms of information or ideas if you yourself are going to embark on this journey of being bipolar and being a parent. First of all, just to put things into perspective, the chance of passing on bipolarity to your child, because it is partly genetic, is about 25%. So 1 in 4 children born to somebody with bipolar will be bipolar themselves. So one big question people ask themselves is, can I risk passing on this pain that I might have experienced myself with bipolar? Because in the end, you might give birth to a child that is bipolar and will go through similar challenges that you've gone through. But please don't forget, you're going to be there. You are going to be the best mentor and parent to a child that has bipolar. You might be able to spot, the fact early on. There might be an early diagnosis with that early medication and with that potentially less intense depressive or manic episodes. And then the other question, of course, what about your own mood episodes as a parent? It's not easy for a child to live with a depressed parent. It's definitely not easy for a child to live with a manic parent. But bipolar is a chronic disorder that, if treated correctly, you can have long periods of time without an episode, without a mood episode, and where you can be a stable and fully functional parent. Parenting is incredibly hard, but it's incredibly hard for everyone, and you can prepare. It is such a profound and personal question, and if you want to have children and that's the life you envision for yourself, I want to tell you that you probably can make it happen. With a good support network, with good medication and other treatments for yourself, and with as much planning and preparation as possible. But yes, you probably need a thick skin, and that's also what I need talking about this topic online. It remains controversial, and the people around you, maybe also the self-doubt, the inner voice in your head, will be pretty harsh on you and your idea of wanting to have children. And it's exactly why I want to talk about it here, because it is quite a taboo topic, yet there is quite a percentage of people with bipolar. I think like 2% of our population. So I know that lots of you out there exist and you are asking yourself this very fundamental question. You might be even watching this video right after having found out that you are pregnant or that your partner is pregnant. And look, I'm from Germany. I am pro-choice. Abortion is always an option, especially if looking at your current life situation, looking at the support network that you have, looking at your own capacities and how stable you've been over the past months or years, you can make this choice, whether for your personal circumstances right now, you want to choose to become a parent, or you choose not to go forward with that pregnancy. But it really comes down to that question, like I said before, do you think in your own eyes and mind you'll be a good enough parent that you want to start into this adventure? Or you might be coming to this video very fundamentally asking yourself, how do you want your life to look like? And can you have children? Should you have children? And I can tell you that I am right now in that phase, maybe already a bit further. I have decided for myself that yes, I would like to have children. And I'm currently creating the best possible circumstances to make that happen. So I'm working with my partner, I'm following special counseling, I'm building a safe place to live for me and my potential future child. And all of that, my journey, I would like to share with you on this channel. And in the next video, I will share more about my current situation and what I've been up to create that nest and that support network for myself to maybe later embark into that adventure of being a parent. So please follow, please like this video, and I hope to be a companion on your personal journey with bipolar and parenting. Bye.